Hello, my name is Grace Blood. My major is in kinesiology. I am presenting how art therapy can help people with depression. What is the problem that we're facing? That depression is very prevalent across the world, as there are many factors that come into play with the causes of depression, such as the examples below. This makes it hard to pinpoint one defining attribute that's causing someone to be depressed. Depression could possibly go on for a very long time in people's lives and is not always noticeable as one extreme to the next. So this can also be a factor in trying to identify depression. Why is it a problem? Right now, there's many disturbing and distressing events happening all over the world. Seeing this can make us feel helpless and a loss of control in our own lives. Here in America, we feel the stress of the economy, government, social circles, home life, and we can get to the point where we push ourselves into this pit labeled, what's the point? It's this kind of spiral thinking that could bring us to that pit, and sometimes that's very hard to get out of. Where do the similarities lie and contrast? Throughout the different levels, local, national, and global, it seems that depression affects us all, as in 1 in 5 of United States adults will experience mental illness. They are also similar because, through my research, I've read detailed articles where the researchers really do care about their patients. They differ because art therapy in general is not widely researched on a massive scale, neither nationally or globally. Usually these tests are done on a much smaller scale. The therapy is still relatively new and clinical trial-wise. Despite the limited amount of trials, art therapy has been shown to be a positive influence in people's lives. Where do the similarities lie and contrast? Throughout the different levels, local, national, and global, it seems that depression affects us all, as in 1 in 5 of United States adults will experience mental illness. They are also similar because, through my research, I've read detailed articles where the researchers really do care about their patients. They differ because art therapy in general is not widely researched on a massive scale, neither nationally or globally. Usually these tests are done on a much smaller scale. The therapy is still relatively new and clinical trial-wise. Despite the limited amount of trials, art therapy has been shown to be a positive influence in people's lives. The data gathered here from mental health convey visual representations of just how prevalent depression is across the country and the world. The pink graph here represents symptoms of depression, where just in the past 2 weeks taken from that survey, 34% of the participants felt exhausted. Despite the majority of the answers being below 40%, the fact that people had reported any of the symptoms along the graph should be a good indicator that enough people are experiencing these symptoms to represent an ongoing battle against depression. The next graph focuses on the amount of people around the world who have reported that the symptoms they were experiencing have cost them the energy to continue with their daily tasks. Peru and South America ranking highest amongst other countries like Ecuador. Though the graph was taken in the early stages of COVID, the numbers are still high. Where can we help? Well, let's start by discussing what constitutes as art therapy. There's a variety to choose from. To name some examples, that would be painting, obvious one. There's drama, there's writing, drawing, music, dance. There's blind drawing, spiral drawing. By having people who suffer from depression create art, this gives a cognitive restructuring of the brain. almost like telling your brain, yeah, this path, depression, intrusive thoughts, was cool and all. Most certainly not, actually. But I think we are going in this direction now, using art as a medium. Art therapy is this detour for the brain to get around talking, where the frontal lobe will shut down because it's trying to put the dots together that trauma happened, as an example. But in our own lives, we can support local businesses that offer these services. We can also raise awareness by simply talking about it and checking in on your friends, family, etc., especially during the winter months, because there is seasonal depression as well, affecting the circadian rhythm of the body. Your sleep schedule can also be the cause for depression because there is less sun in the wintertime. To conclude this presentation, art therapy does hold a space to be very positive in people's lives. We can also recognize that there has to be more additional research in the longevity of having depression and other mental illnesses with the help of art in their lives. Thank you.